Get your head in the game. Talk straight across the 50 states, plug in the microphone. Somebody turn us up. Talk straight across the 50 states, plug in the microphone. Dallas Sports Talk Radio. Subscribe, engage, like, connect with us on social media at Dallas Sports Talk TA2. That's Dallas Sports TA2. So we were telling the story of one of our cheap seats tales. And we had another incident. We go to American Airlines Center. So we're sitting up in the Admiral Suites. Well, I guess however you. So we get up there, and this couple is already taking two of our seats. So we get in there, and we're looking around, and we're like, check it again, check it again. Then he go the guy that was in the group with them, gonna say, "Hey, you can sit anywhere." So I turned to him and was like, "So why didn't you tell them that? Why didn't you tell them that? They're with you. Obviously, you got something to say. Why you to tell them, hey, yeah, man, let them have their seats. You can sit anywhere. You got something to say to me because I want to sit in the seats in the suite that I got the tickets to. But if I had been in his seats, he probably would have gotten security because he would have felt I can't say anything to him. But I'd be like, man, why don't you shut up talking to me? Who wants to hear what you got to say? I came to watch Luca beat the Lakers. Nobody came to hear dude sitting up eating on some stale chicken fingers telling me that I could sit somewhere else instead of telling the people in his party, hey, let them have their seats and y'all can sit anywhere. It's pretty much an open place. Gotta say something to me. Then when I checked him, his old lady looking like I'd have cussed him out. Like, you shouldn't have said anything to me in the first place. You should have said something to the people that's in your party. You had to tell people to stay in their place. But the reason we brought up the American Airlines Center is because the dang on Dallas Mavericks allowed PG-13 to come here and get X-rated on the floor. Man, that dude was killing. Had 26 points in the first half. Was up by 31 points. Luka Doncic and Uncle Drew Dallas did what they could to get back, take the lead for a hot second. They still lost, so they're going back to Los Angeles, tied 2-2, and everybody's questioning Jason Kidd. And it's so funny how you got people that gotta question everything, can't support it. It can't be supportive. Like, hey, I don't understand why he did what he did, but it has to be a negative take. You know, they're saying that everything gotta be peaches and creams, but right about now, they still in the contention to win this series. They get two more wins, they win this series. This is the playoffs. It's supposed to be a back and forth. Everybody else got swept because they were so superiorly athletic to the teams they were facing. These teams are pretty much evenly matched. The fact that you have a superstar like Kyrie Irving working alongside with Luka Doncic, hashtag Luka Doncic at Dallas Sports TA2. The fact that you got Kyrie Irving, hashtag Uncle Drew Dallas, working side by side with hashtag Luka Doncic, then you got a pretty formidable dynamic duo. The fact that they didn't make it to the playoffs last year and the Clippers did, the Clippers for the past 5 to 7 years have almost held down the number 4 spot in the West, no matter who's on the squad. They fourth or fifth perennially. So once they get in the the fourth spot, they already know they got one more home game than you have. And that's how they're playing it. We got one more home game than you do. If we get to that home game, it may be lights out for you. And that's what you have to accept when it comes to playing the Clippers. Kyrie and Luca didn't make the playoffs last year, so they don't know what it's like really to have adversity in the playoffs. They both have had playoff experiences separate than them playing together. Once it got time for them to play together, they didn't make the playoffs. So they don't have any playoff experience. So how does it get to the point of being Jason Kidd the problem? That's when you know that the people that are at these other sports talk radio shows, they don't know what they're talking about. Yeah, you could have been in professional sports. And the fact that I wasn't in professional sports, I'm supposed to be dumb when it comes to playing the game of basketball. Man, be for real. You want to say that Jason Kidd should be fired because he didn't play Daniel Gafford or Derek Lively the second any in the fourth quarter when the Mavs were fighting to come back offensively. And it got to the point where it had the Clippers discombobulated to the fact of George, Paul George forced the three, made it into a miraculous shot. Dude hadn't hit a shot since the second quarter. That was the first shot PJ Washington Jr. had shut him down. Jerry Jones Jr. was shutting them down. He was not able to score for almost 2 quarters after putting up 26 in the first half. So how is that Jason Kidd? Dude hit a lucky shot. Now, the fact that James Harden was just riding through the hole and shooting floaters, that's when you needed Derek Lively the second or Daniel Gafford in the middle when dude just walking down the lane and Luca wasn't playing defense because he had 5 fouls. So he's thinking now, I got to score. But your team was already scoring and he was trying to get himself in the game. He started making some crazy passes, trying to do no look passes, jump skip passes, and all that crap doesn't work too many times. You had already done that one game. It wasn't going to work again. You got lucky the first time it worked. Hashtag Luka Doncic. So how is that Jason Kidd's fault? Because he didn't play Derek Lively the second or Daniel Gafford in the fourth. Number to call 888-637-7678. Subscribe, engage, like, connect with us on social media at Dallas Sports TA2. That's number to call 888-637-7678. Subscribe, engage, like, connect with us on social media at Dallas Sports TA2. So we had the question about, do we question Jason Kidd's decision on sitting the big guys down in the fourth quarter? And the team was rolling. So he was fighting his team rolling. They got up by one, and now he's supposed to be a crappy coach. Because once they got up and they were fighting to maintain the lead, he's just supposed to stop the ball, stop his momentum. Well, we don't believe in momentum. So stop that for not playing Derek Lively and Daniel Gifford when Paul George just hit a lucky shot. And Luca and Kyrie both had heroic situations without each other in the playoffs. Luca has hit the big game seven shot. Kyrie has hit the big game seven shot, but they haven't done it together. So This is the first time they've been in the playoffs together. Why don't we see how this playoff run goes before we decide whether or not we should fire Jason Kidd because he didn't put Daniel Gafford or Derek Lively the second in the game. It's amazing how quickly the people on the radio around here are screaming that they want Jason Kidd gone. But Rick Carlisle sat up in here and ran the team into the ground. Hadn't seen any type of success since Dirk put him on his back and carried him to the finals. Rick Carlisle was a whiz at coaching. What did he do that was so groundbreaking to get the Mavericks their first championship? If they had kept Avery Johnson, it probably still would have worked out the same way. By the time 2011 worked around, Kobe was on his last leg over in LA. The OKC Thunder were just getting started. James Harden was coming off the bench as a six man. He hadn't even really he still hadn't become a starter yet in the NBA, and that's what he's fighting. That's what people fail to realize. He has the demon of I was a six man of the year and became the MVP. And he made people believe that, hey, no matter how hard it is to come off the bench and swallow your pride for that season, sooner or later you're gonna be at a max contract. You're gonna be the highest paid in the league. So go and be the fifth guy. Let's hire Westbrook and Kevin Durant. Only difference of the three, Kevin Durant got two rings. He just got swept. And if it wasn't for Westbrook and Zubac, Clippers will be getting swept right about now. So it's gonna be real interesting to see this next game between Luka Doncic, Uncle Drew Dallas, and the PG-13 and the Clout. Do we have? Oh yeah, we got one for the beard. Yeah, the beard is just the beard. We were looking at his face the other day, and we had him laughing because we were watching the game in the studio. Watch parties here at the studio, 3155 South Lancaster Road here in Dallas, Texas, 75216. If you subscribe, engage, and like, connect with us on social media, EM us if you want to come up here and do the watch party on the big 102-inch screen. Sit right over there. You can watch Dallas Mavericks slaughter the Clippers, get ready to advance in the second round to face the OKC Thunder. So we were talking about the beard, and we were like, this dude hasn't had his beard shaven off his face in 13 years. He shaved his face, his skin gonna be pink like he got alopecia. His skin may be blue up on from here all the way around on his lip, around his mouth, and all this right here. All that may be blue, man. That dude, he hasn't shaved his beard in 14 years. So all that blue, no oxygen. That's gonna look real funny when he finally does shave. If he ever does, we probably won't. Because somebody probably been telling him, like, dude, you gone too long to try to shave that off and have any substance of having a one-tone face. It's gonna take some years, man, for that bearded area to catch up with the rest of your face. And then he always looked like this. You have a pink face and an eye like this. Like, hey, dude, you like a skeleton up under that. No beard. So he probably won't cut that beard off. He probably have that beard forever. But hopefully, when they face Luca, he'll be feeling better. Nobody will undercut old Luca and send him grab at his feet and send him going to the floor. Like they call a foul on Luca for talking crap. but the dude laying on the floor, grabbing at his foot on the already injured leg, and they don't toss him out of the game. They don't say that that's a game unbecoming of the sport. They allow that dude to lay on the floor. They give him a foul and a tech, but they allow the dude to lie on the floor with both hands, grab Luca's foot on a leg that's already injured. And that's supposed to make sense in what world? The number to call 888-637-7678. If you got any opinions on the Dallas Mavericks versus the Clippers and how some of these other radio shows, same hashtag, same old lame shows talking about fire Jason Kidd. They walked on, they thought Rick Carlisle walked on water. Rick Carlisle was a garbage coach, and he get lucky with a player or two, just like he's doing in Indianapolis. Why you think he won't let go of Miles Turner? He knows Dallas begging for Miles Turner to come back home. He like, I gotta go and stop that. He went back to Indianapolis just to stop Miles Turner from coming home. Like they don't really love you, man. We love Miles Turner. Come home, man. Walk away from Indianapolis. Go ahead, retire on that bum. Come on down here and work with Jason Kidd and get you some championships, man. You ain't gonna get no championships over there in the East with Tyler Halliburton and that broke shot. Cause next year that shot getting shut down. It's so irky jerky that everybody gonna get tired of them hitting, and it's just gonna break. That's how it is. Just like Lonzo Ball shot, his brother's shot. Those shots don't work. That's not a pure basketball shot, so it won't last long. Come down here to your hometown. Come on, get some of this good old Rudis and some of that wing fields and get out here with Luca and Kyrie and Derek Lively the second and PJ Washington, another hometown kid, and take Dallas Mavericks to the next level. Miles Turner is the missing piece. Tell Rick Carlisle, let that man go, you bomb. You ain't doing nothing but destroying that man's career, making it seem like you got some glimmer of hope. You know you ain't gonna get past the Celtics. Even if the Heat had won, you ain't gonna get past them. You barely might not get past the Bucks. So next round, you're up out of there. You might as well let that kid come on back down here to the house. Come on down here and get him a championship. Mark Cuban need to make that happen. But they ain't gonna do any business with Dallas as long as Rick Carlisle up there. So first Indianapolis Pacers gonna have to fire Rick Carlisle just so we could get Miles Turner to get out of his contract so he could come down here and show love in his hometown, get his dunk on, go defeat the Clippers, help him defeat Big Cat and go Rudy Gobert. Let him go and dunk on the Joker in Mile High, busting threes in his face with some backup. That's what we talk about. They talk about they want to make money. How can you make all these shields more appealing to Negroes? Man, start showcasing our children in a more positive light. Everything y'all show our children, you want to show them doing something wrong. When they out here in the communities building houses for Habitats for Humanity, building schools, handing out food. The only time you want to show them handing out food is when Jerry Jones got them at the Salvation Army. They doing so much more than what Jerry Jones have them out here doing in the community. And when you start showcasing our children doing that in the community, and then want to tell them that, hey, we don't want to pay you, all that became a problem because you got those HBCUs, those 105 HBCUs, they fall up under NCAA rules also. So the white schools got to get the money, black schools got to get the money. And that's what the problem is. It has nothing to do with the students. It has to do with the HBCUs going to receive some of the same funds to bring entice their children to stay in school and come to the schools where the students look like them. The whole 90% of the student body looks like you, and they understand your economic problems. They don't send you to a dormitory where you roommates with the dude that got the swastika tattooed or the lightning bolts hidden behind his ear or shaved under and tattooed in a place where you don't see it. And if they know you in the dark and his friends come over and you caught up in a situation, they don't look at that. They want to talk about you want to build better. Let us with our endowments and our enrollments. If you wanted to show any type of thing that was going to be like a glimmer of hope or good faith, that Pac-12 disintegrating shows how ignorant the NCAA is, how ignorant the education system is, the willingness to allow that establishment to fail because the unwillingness to allow HBCUs into their conferences. You rather try to pilfer the students away from the schools than to say we got a Pac-12 because the SEC had 12 teams, so we're going to build 12 teams out here on the Pacific Coast. Now we can't even pay these teams to stay a part of this league. And instead of saying, hey, these school, we're gonna let a team fly from California to play teams in Connecticut just because they're part of a new conference, and that makes better sense than extending an invitation to a HBCU. That shows the ignorance and the unwillingness for the NCAA to change. And that's why HBCUs should take advantage of Executive Order 13532 to increase the visibility of HBCUs and the sustainability of HBCUs and create our own HBCU conference. We don't have to have a MEAC and a SWAC. We can start our own HBCU conference, and we have a North and a South, or however conference, East Conference, West, however you want to do it. And we start with our own affiliates. We build our own markets. We build our own stadiums. We got engineering students at Alabama A&M Agriculture and Mechanical. The Agriculture and Mechanical stands for something engineering based, doesn't it? Why don't we get our own infrastructure? We got our own telecommunications infrastructures that we can start in our own communities. We start our own grids in our own communities. Paul Quinn right here in Dallas, they can start their own grid, but they reach out to all the students that live right here in the community. We start our own free Wi-Fi system. They don't care about our students. You got students going to the state championship 3 years in a row still getting shot in all the schools around here. They don't care. We got to care more about our students than they do. We got to be the ones saying, hey, we're going to create all these different avenues where you can make money. We're going to say, we have a construction company. Hey, let me go up there and talk to that guy at the corner of Keyston, South Lancaster Studios, and tell him I need 15, 20 able-bodied young Negro men to come help me build some apartments around here in Dallas. I need some Negro men to come be laborers around here in Dallas. Come on, that's what we need. So subscribe, engage, like, connect with us on social media at Dallas Sports TA2. Let's talk about some sports, baby. Let's make some money, baby. And let's show Jerry Jones that we can do the same, baby. Let's get some billions. Let's talk about billions. Let's get some billions. Let's talk about billions.